Hey, welcome back. I just wanted to let you know that we're going to go over Power Tools. Power Tools 101. So, we're going to go over some drills and stuff. It's just some tool information from my nephew Cole. And right here we have a Ryobi drill. This is a hammer drill that is also included on this type of drill. You switch it over and it goes to hammer mode or drill mode. Okay, and then you'll see that there's some speeds here. It's the kind of like a slow low speed, and then 2 is a faster speed for drilling through wood and metal or whatever. The slow speed you probably would use for the hammer drill, or you can, or either or, just depending on how your material is. So just wanted to show you that. Hang on a second. These are little buttons here. You see that moving? That's a little button that will go forward and reverse. So just like righty tighty lefty loosey, this also has the same concept. This is for drilling in, and it will turn to the right, or to the right. See? And if you turn it the other way, if you push the button the opposite way, it'll then turn to the left. So righty tighty, lefty loosey. Always remember that. And this actually, you can set this button right in the middle, and it won't. You can't pull the trigger. It kind of locks the trigger, and that's a good option. So when, in case you have it in your bags and it's resting on something, it doesn't hit the trigger, and all of a sudden it's just running in your bag, and it could be running just a little bit depending on the weight, and you could run out your battery. So I always put my trigger lock on so nothing ever happens, because here's my bag, and sometimes I'll just put it in there, and sometimes whatever other tools I put in there could hit the trigger and wear down my battery, and then all of a sudden I don't have a battery anymore. So just wanted to show you that little feature there. So yeah, so when you put it in regular drill mode, it's going to spin. And if you got the clutch set, this is what the clutch does. This is a clutch, and this is what the clutch does. So when you get tight, dang. Clutch should be activating. Okay, so the clutch isn't working on that drill, so I grabbed another drill, but it's got the same thing. The little buttons, you put it right in the middle, and there's a trigger lock, so it doesn't wear down your battery when you have your tools in the bag or your bags. So the clutch, I got it set to, oh gosh, where is it set at? I got it set real light, so it shouldn't. I tried doing a hole earlier, just checking that other clutch, but it was drilling all the way through. So what a clutch is going to do is going to stop, and you can set it to how deep you're wanting to go. So let's go less. See, it just slips. So you're not going so deep. That's less, and then this is even less. Okay, so that's what a clutch does. Like if you were doing drywall or something, let's take it all the way down. See, it's barely even going because it's slipping. Adjust the clutch a little more, and it barely even puts it in the wood, so you have to go a little bit more. So that's what a clutch does on these drills. And they're set, you can set them all the way. If you want to do some straight drilling, well, there's a symbol on here that goes straight to drill. And then it will just go and take it all the way down as deep as you want it to go, because the clutch is now off and it's gonna go full bore down. All right, so that's what those are for, those numbers there. See, it just goes down, the clutch pressure, it'll relieve it, and then it won't be so hard. So if you ever grab a drill and it's got the clutch set to a 3 or something, it's really not going to go too deep. If you want it to go deep, see, it just stops. You can see the head is still sticking up, but if you take the clutch and turn it up a little bit, you can bury it, or go a little more, and you can countersink it to where you want it, and it'll be nice and flush. And then that's your set, and you can just leave it there, so you don't go any deeper. So you just keep your drill. Looks like this one's a 9 or 10 is probably good, but just depends on what you're drilling or screwing. So this is just, this has the same features as any other drill. It's got the button for reverse. You can see it's going to the left. Reverse is lefty-loosey. And then you hit the same trigger right here. Righty-tighty. So this has the same concept as a wrench, bolt, nut, So always remember that. All right. And then always keep your trigger locked so you don't drain your battery down if it's happens to fall over or lean on something, or like it's in your bag and it pushes the trigger, you're going to end up with a dead battery. Now, a lot of these drills are built the same. They have the same kind of concept. Same thing with a impact. Now, what's really interesting is with the impact is that they've changed it, because it always, forever has been the drill, and they've made them now to where or it used to be where the impact was always for automotive and putting tires on and off, the lug nuts. But now they've made them smaller, and these drills almost didn't have the power to put in a 3-inch screw or a 4-inch screw. So these kind of almost didn't have the power. And I remember they only used to be 12-volt drills at the time, and they were a lot bigger. They were about this size, but now they've gotten smaller, like this one. This one's a lot smaller than this other drill. This isn't an old drill. This is just a drill that has the hammer drill to it, and you can get a concrete bit. So you just switch it over to the drill or the hammer drill, and when you do it, oh dang it! Then now you can't use a regular drill bit for drilling concrete. This is a concrete bit. It's a very special bit that you can drill concrete. Okay, So when you go and you put it in your drill, you put it on the hammer drill. I don't think you need to set the clutch, you know. You can set the speed 1 or 2, but you'll hear the difference. That's kind of like the drill, but when you go and drill concrete, now you hear that little pounding. That's the hammer. And you can drill through concrete a hole, and then you can drop in your anchors or whatever. So that's what this option of drill has, and that's why it's a little bit bigger, because it has a vibration motion to hammer. It's actually literally hammering the drill bit into the concrete and just hammering on that. And so that's why you hear that loud vibration. And then you take it off, and then it doesn't make that noise anymore. The hammer is off. But just remember, these are special bits for drilling concrete. These are concrete bits. Regular drill bits, you know, you've seen before. They're just a smooth drill bit that goes in, and you can drill holes in wood, drywall, walls, whatever, metal. So that's what I wanted to show you there. But before, you know, like I was saying, the impact has been introduced in the construction, because it will get like a 4-inch screw in a 4-inch 4x4 or a 6-inch screw, where the old 12-volt batteries operated drills couldn't really do, or they would just take off your wrist. They would really be hard to hold on to the drill, and they would want to turn. But these are kind of the same thing as a hammer drill. It also hammers the screw in behind here, and you can get a screw in a lot faster because the RPMs are higher. And see, it also makes like that hammering noise, because it's gonna sink that screw. All right. So that'll get a good long 3-inch screw in some wood that you really want to go, because sometimes you will have to push really hard, and it just kind of won't go, but the impact just makes it go through pretty easy, you know, without much pressure, and it saves your elbows. It would save your elbows. So that's the impact. This is an impact drill, and it's just got forward and reverse. It doesn't have any adjustments or anything like that. And how you put your bit in is you just pull that out, and that's what an impact bit has. It has that little channel, and it clicks right in, locks in place. And then to get it out, you just pull that and pull your bit out. The old chuck, this is a keyless chuck, but the old drills used to have a key with teeth that you had to spin, but these they made them grippable, and the whole thing just comes out, or you tighten it up. And it's also got kind of like a clutch on it, and it'll hold it tight. So that's how you do that. You don't need those old keyed chucks anymore. A lot of these drills come with keyless chucks. All right, that's what this one is. Also, it's a keyless chuck, and I use this quite a bit. You know, mostly I use the hammer. I bought this for the hammer drill because when you're doing tile, you want to have a concrete bit and you got to drill holes to put in the shower door or something, and you could use this, and it won't damage the tile with something heavier, because the tile is only like a 1/4 inch thick or whatever. So you can use this. I used it a lot on my tile jobs and the concrete bit, and it worked pretty well. It got me through a lot of jobs. So I'm not a favorite to Ryobi or DeWalt or Milwaukee. I just don't see. We got this at Christmas on sale. It came with the 2 and batteries, and we bought some batteries. They were just having a deal on at Home Depot, and we got them. But I typically will, because of the fact that a lot of people will steal tools, I paint them and make them mine. You know, that if I see any red paint or whatever when I was going on jobs, I actually got my drill stolen. And I had to buy one, so I bought this one because of the hammer drill feature. They'll take them. I kind of knew it, so, but that's why these, I think this was like $80-$90 or something. This one was like a $60 drill. So if they take it, you know, I'm not out that much money. Now these DeWalt or Milwaukee's, they're going to be high dollar. They're going to last a little longer, but I mean, it's when it gets stolen, then you got to come up with another $100-$200. That's what these drills go for. So I kind of always kept it conservative and bought a little bit cheaper, but I bought this in 2013. It looks like it, but it still works. It still works. It will put the screw in where exactly where the DeWalt screw goes. You know, it works exactly the same. Some of these tools, they're owned by some of the same manufacturers. I think Rigid Tools, I'm not sure, but if you look, I think Rigid Tools owns Ryobi. So it's just a name. They all work the same. They do the same exact thing. You know, yeah, your DeWalt might last a little longer, but this has lasted me since 2013. We bought a whole kit, and it even came with this really, really cool tool, the multi-tool. This just, all it does is vibrate. That's all it does, but it cuts wood like you know, really cool. You can notch little pieces out. So make it nice and square. Drywall. This thing has different blades. You can go through and cut out around outlets or switches or whatever, and it'll just cut, and it doesn't really hurt. I'm sure if I put my finger on it, it would cut me, but now to make these, we used to use a jigsaw. You know, you just go and get a jigsaw, cut it one way, bring it out, cut it the other way. But with this little multi-tool, oh my God, you can go and buy a scraper blade, and it's just a flat blade, and you can take bathtub caulk around the bathtub. You could take it out, cut the bottom side, cut the tile side, along the wall, and pull it out in one full, piece of old silicone. And the batteries are almost all the same. They'll have little things to keep it locked in. They'll be on the side, or they'll be on the front. Same thing. And then they slide off. And that's how and then same thing with the charger. You just slide it in and charge it. But yeah, and this little clip here hangs on your tool belt or your belt or whatever you're carrying, and it just hangs there in your pocket or your tool bags, and then you can reach it and use it. So yeah, almost every drill has the same concept. It just clips on and holds it in there, and it just slides in, or you pull it out. So that's all that is. Same thing on this drill. Comes right out. But you got to hit them both at the same time. Not just one. There's two of them on each side. I don't know if you can see both of them going in at the same time. And they have the same little ridge here that locks it in place. It just locks in place, so you just put it on there and you're good to go. All right, so that's drills, power tools. They're all kind of the same. See, this is you just poke it right in. Same thing with this one. Put it right in and it holds it right in place. And what the cool thing is hang on a second. The cool thing with that little feature of this end here is that you can anything that will, like with this 1/4 inch drive, will go into it, and they're making a lot of tools that have that, so you can put a wire brush on it. And also they're making like these extension tools. Same thing, that's locked in. You can extend it out, and then same thing, it's locked in there. I can clean my table. That's some rust right there. This may not be the right brush. This is a brass bristles, so they're a little bit softer. But if I got like a steel brush or something, it'd probably take it up right out of there. Well, I'm getting a little carried away. But yeah, that's what's so cool about tools. Cole, is that they're just making so much that you can do and make jobs a lot easier. So yeah, even this has that too. So this will go in there, but I'm not sure how well that will do concrete. I don't use my impact for concrete. I guess I don't know why. I don't know if it would dull the bit. You know what? It's not really, I think it's more for impact or in torque than pressure, because it's not really making that clicking noise. If you noticed, it wasn't making any clicking noise. So I don't think you can use an impact on for concrete. You need a hammer drill because it is going to hammer it, you know, from behind. The impact is more for torque. The hammer drill is more for the impact of the drill bit. The force comes from behind the bit and will hit it, whereas the impact is going to be the more of the turning. So yeah. All right, well, that's about all I got for you. I will show you maybe the Sawzall next. I showed you a little bit of the multi-tool. We can go on the Sawzall next, and maybe some other power tools. But I just wanted to show you some tools, power tools, all right? Take care. Love you.